What is going on, guys? Welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Kanto Sandslash and why it's such a good pick for the Kanto Cup. So if you have been struggling, maybe you don't have like an Alolan Marowak or Alolan Muck, or you're losing a lot to those teams, you might like running Kanto Sandslash, and yeah, it's gonna be a pretty good video. But before we start, I want to give a special shout out to I don't know if you remember, but I did a shoutcast of a set from Team Rocket Rowan a while back. He has a Facebook group along with some more people. They have a Facebook group called Pokemon Go PvP Fight Club. It is a super hype Facebook group. They're up to 2K members right now. They just hit 2,000 members, so congratulations. They have tournaments. They do quiz nights. They have a messenger group for people to come together and talk about battling, to battle each other, to do raids with each other. So it's a very, very active group. So if you are someone who's looking to meet some more people in the PvP community, give that site a check out, like the Facebook page. I'll put a link to that in the description below. They also are, running tournaments, like they're running one right now, and they make YouTube videos about the tournaments, so they shoutcast the tournaments, so it's a lot of fun. So if you're in those tournaments, you can see yourself, be featured in one of their videos. So I will link to their YouTube channel also in the description below, and I believe Team Rocket Rowan also has his own channel, which I'll link to in the description below. Yeah, so all those links will be in the description, but definitely check it out. They just got a new member joining the team, Kaylee Charlin, so shout out to Kaylee. The group looks super hype, and it's very, very active, and so if you want to meet some people and have a lot of fun with Pokemon Go PvP and you're on Facebook a lot, definitely check it out. And yeah, so special shout out to them. And let's talk about the team that I was running. So I decided to run Kanto Sandslash because it has, of course, it's a ground type, which can hit hard against Marowak and Muck, the Alolan versions. And it has Earthquake, which can one-shot an Alolan Muck. So just that alone gave me reason to want to use it. And I happen to have had one from a long time ago when, back in Sylph, when we were saying it was a good Pokemon to use for a certain cup. But you had to get a purified one with very low IVs because otherwise it would evolve over the cap for the CP. And I happen to have a couple, and so on one of my streams, I decided to put it on my team, and let's just see what happens. Let's just get right into it. So the team I'm using, I do go full-blown meta with my other two, Alolan Marowak and Alolan Muck, because I just wanted to get some wins to get that Stardust. But we run into an Alolan Marowak in the lead. This is exactly what I was wanting. And they switch into a Blastoise, which I'm weak to, being a ground type, so I immediately switch out into Alolan Muck. I really do like Alolan Muck as a safe switch, so if you're building a team and you want a good safe switch option, I do think Alolan Muck is a really, really good one. But if you don't have one, that's okay. I will make a video tomorrow about a team I used to go 5-0 without Alolan Muck. I believe I didn't, or maybe I did have Alolan Muck, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to give your hopes up, but I didn't use Alolan Marowak though. I didn't use that one, and so if you don't have that one, you might like the team that I showcase tomorrow. But anyways, so Alolan Muck is obviously super spammy. I definitely prefer running Snarl as the quick move because it only takes 4 to get to Dark Pulse, and you see how much chunk damage it does on all the Pokemon in the meta. And of course, it hits Marowak and Hypno for super effective damage, which are maybe the top 2 or 3 Pokemon in this meta. And so you can't really go wrong with Snarl Dark Pulse. You can maybe even get by without running Sludge Wave. I mean, that's how good Snarl Dark Pulse is. But yeah, you're definitely going to want Sludge Wave against the fairies. But anyways, Blastoise is back in, but I have energy, so I'm just going to go Bone Club. Or I'm sorry, not Blastoise, Snorlax. But at least I didn't waste my energy with the Shadow Bone. By the way, Shadow Bone, the more I use it, the more I like it. I do think. And you see we one-shotted the Marowak with an Earthquake. That was epic. But yeah, Shadow Bone I do think is a better move. That's just my opinion. Of course, as a closer with shields down, obviously you want Shadow Ball. But I just think overall, Shadow Bone is way more helpful than Shadow Ball. So if you are deciding on which move you should run, I would suggest Bone Club, Shadow Bone. But anyways, we win that game, and we go... This was actually the last battle of the last set. So this is the first battle of the next set. Okay, so we actually go on a 6-0 run, so it's pretty nice, but you're just gonna laugh when you see these leads. Okay, we run into a Wigglytuff. Now, this was the first time I ran into a Wigglytuff. This was my first full set with Sandslash, and so I wasn't aware of the fact that Wigglytuff chunks you down way too fast, and so in the future, when I see Wigglytuff in the lead, I switch out. I just kind of switch out immediately, but we land the Earthquake, which totally caught us back up in damage. And then we actually switched into Marowak just to kind of avoid getting farmed. I don't know why we did that, but we just kind of wanted to get a head start on the energy. And so we do that, and they bring in another charm user. So they're running like kind of like a charm hole team here. But it's okay because we have energy, and Clefable doesn't resist the ghost moves like Wigglytuff does. And so we are able to throw Shadow Bones at it and not worry about, you know, it just being a complete waste of energy. So yeah, so Clefable burns the last shield. We shield the Psychic just because I had Shadow Bone ready. Didn't want that energy to go to waste. And so we're just going to throw this right at it, and it knocks it out. And this is looking like a GG's here. They have a, oh man, they have a Shadow Victory Bell. But we come in with this, and we have a shield. They realize they're going to most likely get knocked out from a... Well, Sludge Wave probably would knock them out. Dark Pulse would probably knock them out from there. So they concede the match. So anyways, yeah, 2-0 so far. And we run into an Alolan Muck, and this is exactly why I was running this. We were seeing a lot of Alolan Mucks in the lead, and I still do see a lot of Alolan Mucks in the lead just because it's a pretty safe lead against like Hypno or Alolan Marowak. So because of that, I was trying to counter, you know, the counter of the leads that we were seeing. And so we run into it, and they switch out. I decided to stay in because, you know, I think I landed that Earthquake. I missed it, but yeah, did a ton of damage, and then I switch out, trying to save it a little bit for later. And from this range, Dynamic Punch will hurt, but it won't KO, so I don't shield. And I'm just trying to go for the farm down, but I'm realizing I'm not going to get to it, so I just decide to throw the Dark Pulse just to get this thing out of here, because those mud shots do super effective damage. And let's see if they come back in with their Muck. And at this point, I feel like I don't need to save this thing, so I'm going to let it go. The Dark Pulse will KO. I'm going to come back in with Sandslash with an Earthquake already ready to go. And let's see if they shield. They shield. Very good shield on their part. Might as well. And okay, so this is another thing I learned about it. If you have a return on this thing, you're most likely almost will never use it. It rarely came into play for me. One time I threw it and I regretted it because it didn't do that much more damage than an Earthquake would have, and Earthquake's a little bit, I think it's 5 less energy. The only time you're really going to need return is against like a flying type, for example. Otherwise, you can just throw Earthquake at everything and it'll do so much damage to everything. It's just such a good move, plus because you get stab on it. And so yeah, so they bring in a Alolan Sandslash, which unfortunately will not fare well against my back line here. And then they bring in Alolan Muck again. We're going to throw a Bone Club, and this should pretty much, get him close to knocking out. And this will knock me out, but I still have health left on my Sandslash. So we're going to come back in. Just looks like we're going to just farm him down with Mud Shots. Mud Shot, again, one of the highest energy generating quick moves in the game, which is another reason why Kanto Sandslash is so nice. So now we're going into the third game in this set. We run into an Alolan Muck again. So again, I was just like dominating these leads. Again, don't think like, oh, you're winning because you're winning leads. The whole point is to pick a good lead, okay? So that's why I'm leading Sandslash. If you see a lot of Alolan Mucks and you're leading Hypno, you're doing it wrong, okay? So like, part of winning GoBattleLog is to try to, pick up on the patterns, the meta. That's why GoBattleLog is such a good website to use. You can see what people are leading with a lot. So it's good to check that data and then kind of build your team accordingly. So that's why I was running Kanto Sandslash, because this was like, I think, the third set in the stream. And those first 2 sets, I was running into a ton of Mucks. And so I switched, and it was paying off huge in this set. So here comes Wigglytuff with a feint of health, so just a little bit of HP left. So I decided to farm it up with that, and then we're gonna go for an Earthquake. Again, this is the lowest energy cost move of the 2, so you have to throw it, and they don't shield, and they get one-shotted, and that was just that was a big mistake on their part. I can pretty much just shield this thing and just keep farming down, but I decided not to, just because, yeah, I guess I was calling a bait there. I don't know, that was kind of gutsy, but I decided to throw Earthquake, obviously, and then I come in with my Muck, and I figure, yeah, Muck with shield advantage, there's no way we lose this. So yeah, that Muck just got destroyed by the Earthquake, and that was a GG's. So a very, very quick match there. That was the third game in that set. And let's see what Black Godo leads here. Let's just see what they lead here. and it's another it's another Alolan Muck. Oh man, this is just too good. Oh, the chat was laughing at this because we just kept running into the same lead, and it was glorious. It was so beautiful. So again, they're staying in. They're trying to burn shields, which is fine because I'm gonna also burn shields or knock them out. So we burn their shields. You see we're coming ahead on HP, but yeah, we do gotta watch out for these Dark Pulses. From here, it won't KO. I think I decided to let this one go. But I know I can get to another Earthquake at this point. So I figured, okay, one shield's enough. Let's just throw another Earthquake. We're either gonna knock it out or get their second shield, which is even better because Marowak with Shadow Bone hits really hard, and then of course Muck with Sludge Wave, Dark Pulse. They both hit very hard, so we're in a very, very good position here to completely just knock out our opponent. So this one I have to shield because Dark Pulse does like a lot of damage, well over 60 or 70%. So yeah, I go for the aggressive farm down, just get it. I was counting moves there because after they throw a Dark Pulse, I usually will count to 4. So if they get, you know, by the time they get to that third Snarl, I'm usually like, okay, I need to throw a move or I need to switch or do something. But that's why I knew I could farm down because I was counting. And they come in with an Alolan Graveler, which is another great Pokemon to use for this cup because it charges really fast and those rock moves are super effective against Marowak. And the lightning moves do the electric moves do a lot of damage as well to the other Pokemon. So it's another good Pokemon to try out. Okay, Dark Pulse again. This is gonna pretty much be a GG's. Almost knocks it out, but we have 2 Pokemon, so they concede the match. Let's go into game 5. And let's see what this opponent leads. Player 783 something 1-800. Anyways, Alolan Muck. It's another Alolan Muck, and I just was like, I was just dying at this point. I just could not believe the leads here. It was just too good. It was too good. Oh man, it was so nice. Okay, we land an Earthquake on Wigglytuff. You see how much damage it does. A ton of damage. And then we switch out because we learned from that first game when we encountered it that those charms do a ton of damage. So we get out right away, come in with Marowak, and then we knock it out, so they come in with Muck. That's fine. We double up on the Bone Clubs. We're going to try to do back-to-back to see if we can cancel out a quick move. It doesn't always work, but when it does, it's nice. But the good thing is Snarl and Fire Spin are the same turn duration, and so if you want to guarantee that they don't get an extra quick move in, you can just throw one Fire Spin and then try to do like that quick move denial thing, where you tap the charge button but then start tapping quick moves right away. And that kind of like prevents your opponent from getting in an extra charge move. You have to be synced though to do it. Wallower made a YouTube video about that, if you don't know how to do that. But yeah, basically you don't want to just keep spam tapping the charge button because that can allow your opponent to get in an extra quick move. So you want to just tap it once and then tap quick moves again. Anyways, let's get back to the battle. Hypno is going to throw a Thunder Punch. Of course, that would be the smart move to throw. And we're going to come in with Muck because we can, do super effective damage. We're not too worried about anything Hypno would throw at us. A Psychic would not do that much damage because we resist Psychic. And then, there you go. I thought we were neutral to it, but I think the Dark, it's because Dark double resists Psychic. So yeah, Psychic is super effective against Poison, but it's double resisted by the Dark type. So we take out the Hypno, and we go 5-0. This is my first 5-0 set of the Cup, so this was my first team that I went 5-0 with, and tomorrow you'll see my second team that I went 5-0 with. So yeah, thanks again so much for watching. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Good luck tomorrow in Magmar Community Day. I will still be boycotting, so I'm not going to be spending any money. Even that $1 quest line, I'm not going to be doing it, just because I'm trying to stay true to my boycott, because I want Niantic to fix the bugs and GoBattleLog. So I'm going to forgo that, but I hope you guys have a fun day tomorrow, and thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.